Hey guys, today we will look at an important topic called average. I've seen questions from this topic figuring in all competitive examinations, including bank PO. The concept is very simple. You know how to find out average of a few numbers. For example, if x1, x2, xn are in observations in a data, how do you find out its average? All you have to do is to take sum of all the observations and then divide it by the number of observations. That's how we find out average, which we normally denote by this symbol. This is also called arithmetic mean. From this, by cross multiplying, what do you get? x1 plus x2 xn equal to average into n, which means what? To get the sum of the observations, n observations in a data, all you have to do is to multiply the number of observations with its average. Rather, the number into average will give you the sum of the quantities of a data. This simple idea is used in solving a lot of problems in average. We will work out a few problems that will make use of this simple concept. The first problem is this. The average mark of 20 students decreases by 2 when a new student with a score of 60 marks joins them and an existing student is removed from the group of 20 students. Find the score of the student who left. We don't know the average score of the 20 students to begin with. Let A be the average of 20 students to begin with. Originally. In that case, 20 into A will be what? The total score of all the 20 students. As you can see here, 20 is the number, this is the average. Now, a student with a score of 60 marks joining them, then this plus 60 will be what? This will be the total score of 21 students after a new student joins the group. Then an existing student is leaving them. We don't know the score of the student who left the group. Let x be the marks scored by the student who left. That's what we are asked to find out. Find the score of the student who left. So we assume that to be x. Then this will be what? 20a plus 60 minus x will be the total score of again 20 students. One student joining, one student leaving. So the number does not change. That will remain 20. So we have just added the score of the student who joined and subtracted a score of the student who left. So this will be finally the total score of 20 students after these adjustments. Now you can find out the total score of these 20 students in a slightly different way. See, the number does not change. So this is the total number of students after these two changes. Now they say the average, rather the initial average, has decreased by 2 after these two changes. That means the new average will be a minus 2. Originally the average was a and they say it's decreased by 2, so the new average will be a minus 2. Now if you multiply the total number of students with the new average, you will get the total score of all the 20 students after these two changes. And that's exactly what we have found out here also, which means these two are equal, so we can equate them. Now this equation will simplify to this. So look at this, 20a plus 60 minus x equal to 20a minus 40. This 20a and 20a will cancel out. So that's gone. So this implies 60 minus x equal to minus 40. That implies x you take to the other side. So 60 minus 40 to the left side. So you will have plus 40 and that will be x, which means x is equal to 100. So this is the score of the student who left the group, which is what we are asked to find out. As you can see, this is not such a difficult problem, but I gave you this problem to illustrate the two observations you have made here. One, how to find out the average, and the other observation, sum of the observations in a data you get by multiplying the total number of observations into the average, which is what you have used here. In fact, this simple idea we will use a lot in solving problems on average. Let's look at the second problem. The second problem is this. My monthly electricity bill was 3,600 rupees for every month with less than 31 days and rupees 4,800 for other months in 2022. What was my average bill in 2022? It's a simple problem using the concept of average. See, how many months are there with less than 31 days? As you know, there are 5 months. Other months means months other than with less than 31. Obviously, that will be 7 months. So there are 5 months with less than 31 days, and for those 5 months, the bill was 3,600 for every month. So this will give you what? 3,600 into 5 will give you the total electricity bill for 5 months. Then they say for the other 7 months, monthly bill was 4,800. So this into this will give you what? The total electricity bill for the other 7 months. And if you take the total of these two, what do you have? The total electricity bill for 12 months. And you're asked to find out average bill for 1 year, 2022. So this is the total electricity bill for 1 year or 12 months. If you divide that by 12, you get the average bill for 2020. So this one working out, it will come to 4,300. We will do one more problem before winding up today's session. The third problem is this. In 2015, the average age of a family of 10 members was 50. In 2020, a family member aged 8 years died and a child was born. In 2022, another child was born and a family member aged 70 died. Find the average age of the family in 2022. So in 2015, you can work out the total age of the family. That will be, you know the number of members in the family, which is 10. And they say the average age was 50. If you multiply the number of people by the average age, what do you get? You get the total age of the whole family, which is 500. Now come to 2020. 2020, you can work out the total age of the family again. You begin with 500, which was the total age in 2015. Then there is a gap of 5 years. Each member of the family will grow older by 5 years. How many members are there? 10 members are there. So the total age will get increased by 5, which is the number of years by which each one grew older, into 10. 10 is the number of members in the family. Age of the family will get increased by 50, which is 5 into 10. Now there are some other changes also. A family member aged 8 years died. You remove the age of the member who died, then new child was born whose age is 0. So this will be the total age of the family after one death and one birth. This sounds simplifying. You will get 470. Now 470 is the total age of the family. And how many people are there in 2020? The same number as we started with, 10. Because one death, one birth. So the number of people in the family does not change. So if you take the average for 2020, this will be by 10. But that's not what we are asked to find out. They are looking at the position in 2022. Let's find out the total age of the family again in 2022. So you begin with this 470, which was the total age for 2020. Now there is a gap of 2 years and there are 10 people. So each of them getting older by 2. So the total age in 2022 will get increased by 10 into, sorry, I wrote 20. Each member is getting older by 2 years and 10 is the number of people. So the total age in 2022 will get increased by 10 into 2, which is 20. And again there is a death of someone aged 70. You remove that, there is again a birth of a new baby. So this will be the total age of the family after one birth and one death. And also accounting for the fact that each member of the family grew older by 2 years. Now this sound working out. you get 420. So 420 is the total age of all the members in the family, and the number of members, that is still the same as the level we had started in 2015, which is 10. So average age will be total age divided by number of members in the family, which is 42 years. We have worked out 3 problems. I think all of them are relatively easy. These problems are done mainly to illustrate the basic concepts of average. Hope you have understood clearly the solution of all the 3 problems worked out here. We will take up a few more moderately difficult and challenging problems in the next sessions. Bye for now.